Swadika, I'm Nad Bunag and welcome to This Week with Thai PBS World. We begin tonight with an exclusive interview with Waraw Acha, whose party is a member of the coalition government. He was born into politics. Apart from being the son of former Prime Minister Banhan Silapa Acha, his own political career spans over 2 decades. Recently, Thep Chayong sat down with him for a conversation about the political climate in Thailand and his political ambitions.
Thank you for being here. It's great to have you back again on this program.
It's always a pleasure.
As you know, that Thai politics produce a lot of head scratchers. And
Indeed.
This program is designed to help our audience. As we are talking, you know that there is widespread speculation about an impending cabinet reshuffle.
Yes.
And we have learned from the media that the heads will roll. We don't know whose heads will roll.
Fingers crossed.
But as far as you're concerned, do you feel secure with your job?
Well, despite the fact that the name of the ministry is Social Development and Human Security.
You feel secure?
Since I took up this position, or even my previous portfolio, one thing I always say to myself, it's not how much time you have left. It's how much work you can do during the time that you serve with the hat still on.
Yeah.
So I think I do spend my time and energy in the work that I've been assigned to. If there are going to be some reshufflings, or if the main coalition party, which is Thai Party, invited me to talk, of course there will be negotiations.
Okay.
But once the negotiation is done, forget it. You know, until you are being requested for a meeting, then you start thinking about the reshuffling. But until then, I'm still the minister. I've got a lot of work to do, and let's concentrate on that.
No, I remember that when you were here the last time, it was shortly before the general elections in May last year, right?
Yes.
And I remember you were brimming with confidence that your party would do much better than the previous elections.
No, yes.
And you even predicted that your party would win at least 25 seats.
That's
enough to have you nominated as Prime Minister.
Yes.
But we all know what the result of the election was like, right?
Well, the election's always, it's always a 180 degrees turn.
But this time it was a much bigger surprise than people expected, right?
I think some other parties got even more surprised.
Even though your party, Thai Patana, managed to retain all the House seats in Suphanburi, the stronghold, but somehow you lost the popular vote, the votes for the
significantly
the party list MP candidates, right? Did you see it coming?
I did, but not to this magnitude. Like I mentioned just now, that some other parties had even bigger surprise than Thai Patana. But I think the Thai public as a whole, during the previous election, there are so many factors why certain party has such an increase in the number of MP seats. Now that some of the factors have changed, I think as time goes by, the Thai people, the voters, would realize that something it's easier said than done.
I mean, many people believe that the way that the Move Forward Party, Khao Klai, won the election should come as a wake-up call for the more established parties like Thai Patana. And I'm sure you must have done some soul searching within the party itself, right? So have you come up with any answer as to why, I mean, things happen the way
there's
they
quite
did?
A few elements that sometimes the voters really need to realize. For example, the policies that Thai Patana Party introduced as the main campaign last time, we reiterate on the fact that it's doable, it's sustainable, and it allows people to stand on their own strength. However, some other parties would come up with a more radical policies.
More populist policies.
More populist policy. I'm not talking about whether it's implementable.
Okay.
For example, when we talk about conscription, for example, with the military. What happens if we do not have enough military? Look at the situation at our western neighbor at the moment with Myanmar. We do need military power to look after our border.
But how would you describe Chat Thai Patana as a party?
I think our party is a pragmatist. During the past administration and up until today, I think I've proven that our party get things done.
You use the word pragmatism, but your critics said, no, it's not pragmatism. It's political expediency that your party has always been associated with.
I think straight after the 14th of May election last year, I was the first party to come and stand and gave an interview in front of the cabinet meeting, before the cabinet meeting, that if Move Forward Party, insist on having the coalitions from the previous administration's opposition, then Chat Thai Patana stands ready to become the opposition. I think I was the first one to come out and say that, because Move Forward Party has a very strong beliefs in certain issues that I totally disbelieve in. I have my own beliefs. I work for the king and the country. I hold the royal family and the royal institutions very dearly. And because of that, I came out and I was the first one to say, I'm not going to join because this is where I stand. And if that is still classified as willing to change the color, then I'm sorry.
Let's go back to the impact from the last election, right? And many people want to believe that the victory by the Move Forward Party should serve as an indication that the days of the so-called Ban Jai system, the patronage system, are numbered. Are we too premature to think that the days of the system are numbered simply because of the result of one election?
Now, the funny thing is that despite the fact that last election has proven that the big family names, failed to secure their seats, right after the election, everything just go back to the way it was. The people still rely on the big families in the provinces. And it turns out that sometimes people they elected, they couldn't run to because they don't know what to do. And the big families still, at the moment, still do what they have always been doing. That's what I've seen so far. And I think, I don't know how long it's going to, would it change the structure of the patronage society of Thailand? It is possible, maybe a decade from now. Will Thailand be transformed into every man for himself and there's no more patronage, no more I help you, you help me? Well, there's a pros and cons to it. But I think as time goes by, I think people would decide how they want to move forward into the Move Forward Party's way or the traditional way. I think it's still a little early to decide whether it's out or not.
All right, last questions, and tell me if I'm wrong. I have a feeling that you feel more comfortable talking about Thai politics in English than in Thai.
Yes.
Why so?
Many people say that. Many people say that because I think
there must be things in Thai politics that you may not feel very comfortable talking about them in Thai, right?
It's just Thai language can be very slippery. You say one thing and
it can be interpreted.
It can be interpreted in gazillion number of ways.
Okay.
But when I say it in English, I can be very specific.
Many of your supporters, jokingly of course, say that next time they expect you to speak English when you are on your campaign trail.
Oh, that if that is in oh no, I can't actually. I don't know if that go against the regulation of the election commission because.
Why you cannot campaign in other language than Thai? Or what?
Well, who are you campaigning to? You see, because if you're campaigning to a foreigner, now that's illegal because they cannot vote for you. And if I'm going to campaign to Thai people, then I'm going to look pretty silly standing on the stage, campaigning, vote for me. It's going to look quite ridiculous. But I do agree, quite a few people have mentioned to me that I'm very comfortable saying, well, a political interview in English rather than in Thai because like I said, I can be quite expressive
Okay.
and quite definite in what I'm saying.
All right. So thank you very much, and I can assure you that you didn't say anything that would land you in trouble in this interview.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. ขอบคุณ
Thank
มาก
you.
ครับ
ขอบคุณครับ